Ellie is right here. You can probably see the top of her head. Today is Thoughtful Thursday. I thought I would talk about introverts versus extroverts. I got this inspiration from Ladies Who Lunch, which is Ingrid Nilsson and Kat Valdez's talk. There are people who are definitely introverts, and there are people who are definitely extroverts, and there are people who just aren't definitely either one, and that's fine. Each group is proud of itself for different things and for handling certain things in different ways. Introverts get their charge, like being alone, watching TV or reading a book, or just with a couple of other people, so maybe with their significant other or their closest friend. Whereas extroverts feel more charged up after like a party or seeing a lot of people. So that's just like the basic difference. And some people get charged up from both. Some people need a combination of the two. And I think everybody needs a little bit of both. I think everybody needs a little bit of alone time. I personally am an extrovert, but I enjoy reading. And I do get like recharged from reading by myself or spending time with just a couple of close friends. I'm also very comfortable in situations where there are a lot of people around me, where I have to interact with multiple people. That's a lot of the reason that I actually changed from having an office job where I was only interacting with one person every day to having my current job where I interact with hundreds of people in a day sometimes. And I actually prefer that. I prefer to be able to talk to a lot of people. And some people will say, oh, extroverts are so shallow, they don't actually care, and I don't think that is true. Personally, I do care. Like, I genuinely care how a person is doing that day. I do genuinely care about those surface level things. Another thing people will say is that extroverts can't have deep conversations. And again, I don't think that's true. You might not see it out of people you think are extroverts of whatever reason, but I don't think that I lack depth, and I enjoy talking about things that can be hard to talk about, like politics and like family relationships. And I am always happy to be there for my friends if they're going through a hard time. I'm not going to say, no, this is too hard for me to deal with, this isn't fun or light, which is where I see a lot of people criticizing extroverts, saying, oh, all they ever want to do is have fun. And you know what? I enjoy having fun. I don't want to have a crappy life. I'm also willing to do hard things. And I'm willing to work hard for the things that I want, and I'm willing to help my friends work hard for the things that they need or want. In my experience, I know a lot of extroverts. My entire family is extroverts, except maybe my little sister. And I know that they would do anything for me if I needed them. And I know people who aren't related to me, who are extroverts, who would do anything for me if I needed them. So I think that's just kind of a misconception, and it frustrates me because people will say, oh, extroverts aren't deep, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I think both introverts and extroverts can have deep qualities. I don't think that's the dividing line for depth versus shallowness. I think there are people who tend to be less deep, but I don't think all of them are extroverts. And on the other hand, extroverts will say that introverts are snobby or intellectual or just boring. I don't agree with that either. I think that introverts can have a lot of fun if they're in a comfortable environment. I've found that with my friends who are introverts, that if you have a party at your home where they know everyone, they're happy to have tons of fun, but they need to feel comfortable. And that's totally fair. But the thing about introverts being snobs is also not true. Introverts can tend to get really deep really fast, which I think is where a lot of extroverts can get turned off. There are some people you're ready really fast to talk about deep things with, depending on your connection. There's a lot more critical analysis you could do on this issue, but I think that's where I'm going to stop. And this is just, off the bat thoughts. I just came up with this whole idea 10 minutes ago, so don't think too hard about it. yeah, this is just my opinions. Please hit like if you liked this and subscribe. Peace out.